Hey there, beautiful souls. Today, let's dive into something that many of us face during menopause, those wild mood swings. If you're nodding along, feeling like you're on an emotional roller coaster, trust me, you're not alone. I've been there too, and let me tell you, it's quite the ride. But before we start talking about coping strategies, let's take a moment to understand what's really going on inside our minds and bodies. Sometimes a little knowledge can go a long way in helping us feel more in control. Think of emotions as those little messengers buzzing around in our bodies. When something happens, chemicals in our brain go wild, giving us that initial emotional response. It's like feeling a surge of joy when you see a puppy, or a tsunami of frustration when technology decides to test your patience. Now, we don't just stop at feeling the emotion, we process it into something more tangible called feelings. Feelings are like a mixture of physical sensations, thoughts, and our own personal experiences. For example, a rough day at work might stir up a cocktail of frustration, exhaustion, and a pinch of worry about that looming deadline. Moods, on the other hand, are the long-haul version of feelings. They're like the background music to our lives, sometimes setting the tone for our day. And during menopause, it's like that background music suddenly turned into a chaotic symphony. We often fall into the trap of labeling emotions as good or bad. But truth be told, all emotions serve a purpose. Fear can be our protector, anger our advocate and guard to protect us from unfair treatment, and sadness our healer when we develop compassion after a loss that can come in many forms. Menopause might amplify these emotions, but it doesn't make them any less valid. Now here's the juicy bit. Research shows that acknowledging our emotions can be a game changer. A study at the University of California found that folks who put a name to their feelings bounced back quicker from stressful situations than others who tried to reassurance themselves, or those who tried to avoid thinking about their feelings. Imagine facing a storm of emotions. Instead of dodging it, naming what you're feeling and why can be the first step to weathering the storm. Okay, so we've talked about acknowledging our feelings, but what happens when they come crashing down like a tidal wave? First things first, take a deep breath. There are some simple tricks up our sleeves to help us ride out the storm. Here are 5 helpful questions you can ask yourself to navigate your emotions. Describe your feelings. 1. Take a moment to put your emotions into words. Sometimes just acknowledging them can take away some of their power. 2. Emotion as a friend. Imagine your emotion as a friend trying to help you. What might it be telling you about the situation? 3. Uncover the message. Every emotion carries a message. What is yours trying to tell you about your needs or boundaries? 4. Explore your options. Now that you've honored your emotion, what are your next steps? What actions can you take to address the underlying cause? 5. Moving forward, once you've worked through your emotion, what will you do? How can you let it go and move forward in a healthy way? Feeling overwhelmed by emotions is completely normal, especially during menopause. If you're struggling to cope, label your feeling. Sometimes, though, emotions can be too intense to tackle head-on. In those moments, it's okay to titrate your emotions by taking small steps to address them gradually. To stay grounded amidst the emotional storm, try these 3 techniques. 1. The first technique is a breathing exercise. Inhale deeply for 4 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then exhale slowly for 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathing out helps activate your body's relaxation response called rest and digest to calm your nerves and ease tension. Rest and digest phase is the opposite of our fight, flight, and freeze response, where we have to be vigilant to danger. 2. The second technique is engage your senses. Take a moment to notice 5 things you can see. Name 4 things you can touch. Name 3 things you can hear. Name 2 things you can smell or would like to smell to calm down. And name 1 thing you can taste or would like to taste to calm down. This brings you back to the present moment, grounding you in reality. 3. The third technique is focus your mind. Redirect your thoughts by doing something that engages your cognitive skills, like using the alphabet and name various things you can think of that begins with a certain letter. For example, start with A, then B and C, and so forth. Then name things you may be interested in, such as people's names, town or country names, car names, river names, vegetables, fruit, movie titles, celebrities, your favorite things to eat or drink, perfumes, or magazines, literally anything you may be interested in. If you get stuck, don't stress. Just jump to the next letter in the alphabetical sequence. Another way to engage cognition is with numbers. So you can start counting backwards from 1000 by 3s. For example, 1000, 9997, 9994, 991, and so forth, or doing a simple math problem or Sudoku. This helps shift your focus away from overwhelming emotions and onto something more manageable. Lastly, anticipate challenging emotions by creating a personal well-being plan. Ask yourself these questions and write them down to have a plan on managing and regulating your emotional well-being. What triggers negative moods for me? What are the warning signs that my mood is changing? What activities lift my mood? What are the top 3 things I can do to support my emotional well-being? So there you have it, a toolkit to help you navigate those menopause mood swings like an expert. Remember, it's okay to feel all the feelings, and there are ways to ride out the storm with grace and resilience. Knowledge is power. Keep delving deeper into practical coping strategies to help you reclaim your emotional well-being. Until then, remember to breathe, stay present, and be kind to yourself. You've got this. And hey, if you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. For more tips and insights on navigating menopause and embracing your journey. And why not share it with a friend who might be going through the same thing? Together, we can support each other through the ups and downs of this beautiful chapter of life. Thanks for tuning in, and until next time, take care.